Every morning when you wake up, you are living moments you will never get back. You're breathing air you'll never breathe again. Time is our most precious commodity. And what we do with it is everything. It is your one opportunity to embrace the best gift you will ever receive. And every second sees a little more slip away. We have this mentality that the future is going to somehow mean more than the present. That time tomorrow will mean more than time today. And the best things in life end up being saved for some other time. But the reality is we don't get any younger. Why wouldn't you allocate your time, your effort to the things that make you feel like today is powerful? You are the gatekeeper. You decide whether you want to take this gift and use it wisely or allow it to slip away. Money you can get back. Possessions can be reacquired. But the minutes in your life, well, they're finite. Today shouldn't be looked at as a bridge to tomorrow, but a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You are nothing more and nothing less than what you do with the time you have. And if you know that, if you live like you are on top of the world, it will be more than enough. A fire doesn't just appear. It isn't born out of thin air or imagined into reality. It begins with a spark, a belief. The notion that something can be accomplished long before it begins to materialize. Belief is looking at the pieces around you and understanding that in one way or another, they'll all come together to create the outcome that you want. It's the backbone of any pursuit, because you're taking the unknown and you are knocking it down a peg. Standing up to the fears, the doubts, the demons in your head. When we fail, it's because we believe that our obstacles are bigger than us. We succumb to that reality. But when one understands that belief, the very same thought process that can be our greatest detriment, is also our greatest asset, we become limitless. If you know you're going to cross a finish line, if you're certain, if you can already see it, everything else becomes trivial. Nothing is debilitating, nothing is game-ending, because you'll get around it. You know who you are. You know where you should be. That is the most challenging part. Once you're certain of that, it's simply a matter of putting one foot in front of the other. We live in a world of self-induced limitation. We define our best. We define good versus great, possible versus impossible, acceptable versus insufficient. And these limitations guide our behavior. We live by them. Our understanding of limits paves the way for our reality. Once we define something as our best, it becomes our summit. Once we label it as crazy or far-fetched, we turn our backs on it. But here's a beautiful truth. There are no limits in everyday life unless you place them there. You don't have a true personal best because you can always be better. There is one way or another a route to achieve anything you deem worthy of achieving. The key is not seeking to define excellence, but to be continuously seeking progress. With that mentality, you'll see that there is always a next level, and it's always within reach. It's been said that nothing is achieved without consistency. Short blasts of intensity are great, but what end up defining us in the long run are the things that we do day in and day out. These things become our habits, routines, and ultimately shape the people we become. A lot of attention is given to the home run, obtaining that monumental result without understanding that the big things are simply comprised of smaller components. Little pieces of paper that stack up every day, bricks that are laid down one by one. You can't see greatness happen because it's not instantaneous. It's not done in a weekend. But it is present, and it's present every single day. A building we walk by is comprised of thousands of individual parts. An all-star that knocks down a three-pointer has taken that shot hundreds of thousands of times. A CEO has studied his or her particular field to an extent most people couldn't even comprehend. People don't see consistency. They see the outcome of that consistency. And while there's nothing technically wrong with that, it's only part of the equation. And that's my message today. These accomplishments, just like any others, they take effort, distributed and routinely implemented every single day. And this consistency is what gets you the larger than life result. It's what constructs your victory. Not once in a while or when it's convenient, but making incremental, manageable progress every day. And these days become the foundation that you stand on. One is not worth more than another. To get the big result, every single small step is imperative. Every move forward is your home run. In a limitless world, why set your sights on the obtainable? The prize within an arm's reach. Why not think bigger? Our expectations are the foundation for our accomplishments. The target you aim for is more than likely going to be the target you hit. Which means it's quite possible to do exactly what you set out to do and still drastically underachieve, for the sole reason that you are worth more. You are capable of more than you give yourself credit for, but like anything, if you don't recognize and do something about it, the impact will be minimal. It doesn't matter that you're the fastest person in the world if you never sprint. It's impossible to stumble into excellence. Because to get there, you need to, one, understand that something greater exists, and two, understand that you are worthy of it. In anything you do, it's better to aim high, to try and accomplish too much. Be bigger than reality, larger than life, and what you'll find in maintaining these monumental expectations is that you grow along with them. You realize that what was acceptable yesterday is no longer good enough, that it was merely a stepping stone. The things you're capable of, the life that's possible for you is unfathomable to the human mind. Endless opportunities are not black and white. They're not reassuring because they haven't happened yet. They're not visible or tangible, but that's okay. Just know that no matter where you are or what you want, more exists. If you're willing to go to another level, there is something bigger, period. So take a look at the targets that you've set. Don't waste time asking yourself whether there's something greater there is. Ask yourself if you're willing to step up, to move outside your comfort zone and get it. How many revolutionary ideas were never brought into existence? How many dreams were discarded and deemed impossible before they even had a chance? It's a question we'll never know the answer to because there never was a beginning. There never was a start. Anyone can dream, and everyone does. And these dreams, they're the seeds that quite literally change the world. But the hardest part is the decision to begin. To transform something from an idea in your head into a reality that you can live every day. To push fear, uncertainty aside. Maybe you don't even know how to approach your goal, but I'll tell you what. Trying 1,000,000 times and figuring it out on attempt 1,000,001 will always be better than letting that dream die. See, action, movement has a way of sorting things out. There's always a way to succeed, but the wheels need to hit the pavement. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. It's a vulnerable feeling, putting your time and energy into something you're unsure of. But simply starting allows a spectacular process to take shape. Beginning is only the hardest part because of the mental barriers that attempt to safeguard you from every single thing that can go wrong. But don't think about what can go wrong. Focus on what will go right. All the incredible change that will come your way if you just start. I don't think it's any secret that life doesn't always go the way we drew it up. It's great to have a game plan, but it's just as important to be practical with regard to life's ups and downs. Success lies not in the ability to get everything right the first time, but to adjust. We can't afford to be one-dimensional with our pursuits because the second things go wrong, we panic, we go into emergency mode. Life only begins to make sense when we learn to expect those twists and turns. Teach ourselves to adapt, move forward despite their occurrence. This brings to light a very important truth. It is not the road ahead that determines your fate. It's the way you internalize the process. It's having the patience and the confidence to take life as it comes and mold it in a way that gets you to your goals. As long as your wheels don't stop turning, you are never stuck. As long as you are willing to adjust, there will never be an end in sight until you put the stake in the ground and declare victory. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is that success comes from perfect days. It doesn't. It comes on that average Tuesday when you're busy and tired and unmotivated, but still find a way to move forward. That's why I'm so excited to partner with Huel. Not because it's a magic solution, but because it removes friction. I go out of my way to live a healthy lifestyle, and when I don't have time to make a full meal, I still know I'm getting something nutritious. Huel isn't just a protein powder, it is a meal replacement. So we're talking 40 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins and minerals, and 0 artificial sweeteners. When I'm moving, it's one less thing to think about, and I'll take consistency over perfection any day. If you'd like to try it, get Huel today with my exclusive offer. 15% off when you spend $50 or more by visiting Huel.com/Eddie and using code Eddie, EDDIE, at checkout. This offer is for new customers only. Thank you to Huel for sponsoring this video, and thank you for being here. The goal is to make your dreams envy your reality. It's to create a life for yourself that is bold, that is adventurous. See, most leave the best things for their imagination. Their ideal world comes to life when they shut the lights off, put their head on the pillow, and close their eyes. But see, I'm asking something different of you. I'm asking that you have the courage to wake up. And from the second that light moves through your window and infiltrates your bedroom, understand that the best things of life are on their way in this plane of existence. I'm asking you not to save your dreaming for sleep, not to save your wishing for the imaginary. Well, that's a big ask, right? Easier said than done, buddy. Oh, I know. I know it's not easy, right? There's an idea that's changed the way I think about life. It's simple. 3 words: choose your heart. Because pursuing a meaningful life is hard, let's be real. It crushes the ego. That's hard. It's humbling. That's hard. It's uncertain and at times uncomfortable. It's confusing. It's certainly frustrating. It's all of those things. Creating a life on your terms is hard. But you know what else is hard? Allowing beauty to be nocturnal. Allowing everything that matters to you, everything that's important, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, allowing all that to dissipate as the sun comes up. And I've been there. I've played that game. And let me tell you, nothing is harder. Nothing is harder than knowing you are on a path that's not yours. Doing things you don't love, all because why? You're scared. Carrying that around is hard. At the end of the day, life is short. It's fleeting. An inconceivable little sliver of time presented to you. Not so you can create a cell and confine yourself to it, but so that you can take those imagined thoughts and dreams and ideas and implement them. Look in the mirror. But really look. Look into the eyes of that person staring back at you deeply. And understand that in there is a strength that's inconceivable. A strength able to completely reimagine and rearrange reality as you know it. And sure, that's a big statement. But the architect inside of you, waiting to emerge and evolve, is bigger. And yeah, the world around you is great. But your courage is greater. And so while they open their eyes and say goodbye to their dreams, I beg of you, wake up and say hello to yours. Greet it with an outstretched hand, with conviction. Choose your difficult and forge something beautiful in its flames. Arm yourself with the reassurance that you left life's limitations behind you and you left no dreaming for sleep. No, you had the courage to change your world while you were awake. If there's time, then there's time to turn things around. If there is a tomorrow, then there is hope today. The only have-to-be's in life are the ones we prop up and adhere to. And how interesting that oftentimes we don't even realize we're the ones holding them up. There's a simple question that I like to ask as the sun comes up and the coffee brews. Am I living today like it's an obligation or something more? Is it an automatic continuation of the past or a methodical move towards a future that lights me up? And these aren't small distinctions, right? I've lived both ways. I've felt what it's like to feel both. I remember going to work and joking around that a flat tire would be a real treat. That's not accountability. That's not control. That's essentially living life as a jellyfish floating along with the tide. And while the lack of required output, innovation, and planning may have felt like a win in the moment, or a burden lifted off my shoulders at the time, it deprived me of that which resides in the soul of every human being alive. Purpose. Personal agency. See, you can only go so far, so long being the spectator of your own journey. You can only go so long looking out the window before you wonder just what it'd be like to be behind the wheel. When we put our actions up against the question, why? It astounds me how many things are done because it's what we've always done. We act like we're expected to act, think like we're expected to think, see who we're expected to see, but expected by whom? Some of my greatest breakthroughs in life emerged after being asked why by people I look up to or respect. Why have you accepted that? That's your income? Okay, great, but why? That's how you spend your day? I see. How come? And when one is tasked with looking at their own life through a magnifying glass, some hidden truths always emerge. It shines a spotlight in the corner of the room, illuminating those shadows where one can, if they look hard enough, make out the wolf in sheep's clothing. That is the phrase, because that's how I've always done it. We get in life what we accept. We are what we allow ourselves to be, and if we don't ask ourselves which mountain is worth climbing, which ocean is worth crossing, we simply float with the tides. We're at the mercy of the winds. We forfeit the mastery over our own lives that awaits if we're willing to take that wheel and navigate. So here are a few things to take with you. First is you are bound by nothing. The parameters you exist between are of your making. You can get in that car and drive. You can walk away and begin something new. You can entertain that vision that's been conveniently tucked away in the back of your mind. Understand that to not go is fine, but it's a decision. And perhaps a decision you'll wish you made differently. And second, difficult today liberates you tomorrow. It's easier to observe. It's easier to say how you wish things were. After all, stepping out into the fast-paced, chaotic world is tough. It's scary, it's unpredictable, but it's where you find yourself and the path that's calling your name. It's beyond the pins and needles, emerging as one jumps into the cold water that they're able to find that evolution. If there's time, then there's time to turn things around. If there is a tomorrow, then there is hope today. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that I already have what I need most. Now, as I unpack this, think of it not in a fluffy, sort of you're magical just the way you are context. And instead, let's look at it through a truly practical lens. Okay, life is about connecting dots. And I personally believe there's a way to make almost anything happen. You just need to figure out what dots have to be connected to get there. And, even if this message isn't true 100% of the time, me believing in it, believing it so, has pushed me to find ways to succeed when I otherwise would have walked away. To me, it's a 100% value add. So let's dive in. Let's say you're currently going through a rut in life, just not feeling good about yourself, how things are. Okay, we've all been there in some capacity. You might think about your ideal life and think, well, I have none of that. I have none of those things. I'm not any of those things, right? That's just a different world altogether. And when you look at it in one giant leap like that, you're correct. But again, your job is not to wake up tomorrow and be perfect. Open your eyes and be a god or goddess. Jump out of bed with a PhD and have your life all figured out, right? No, there's none of that. Your job, and this is the point here, is to simply connect dots from one little thing to the next. So again, you're stuck. Let's say theoretically, the road to something better starts with energy. Having to feel good, right? Otherwise, doing anything is difficult. Feeling good, feeling energetic is a baseline. So draw a dot at waking up at a reasonable time, right? Breathing in the morning air, letting the sun hit your face as it comes up in the morning. Boom, dot connected. You did that. You're a little bit better. Next, make a dot at groceries. What are you taking in? How are you fueling yourself? Make a few changes that will have you feeling good about how you are taking care of your body. Boom, you just connected another dot. Next, dot at gym 3 days a week. You get the point, right? These little changes, you're starting to feel like a different person. And you can see how this upward spiral works. None of those three things was a monumental transition. They were small, manageable tasks. And everything of substance is a little change like this. Sometimes that's just hard to see, right? When you're frustrated, when you're looking at what you don't have, when you're comparing yourself to others, when all you see is the delta or the gap between where you are and where you want to be, all that is poison. But true change is about connecting little dots, making little roadmaps, being consistent but patient, expecting more of yourself, but also giving yourself love and grace as you make the journey. And it's from this vantage point that you truly do already have everything you need. It doesn't matter the goal, objective, or pursuit. You have exactly what you need to win. Why? Because you have everything you need to connect that next dot. Always. If only we would stop wasting time looking out, wishing and chasing things we think will solve our problems, when in reality, we walk around with the solution every single day. Jim Rohn used to say, it's not where you're going, it's who you become along the way. And I think this is because as we seek to evolve and grow, we learn to create and connect those dots. We trust ourselves that, look, we don't need one giant leap. We need to step
We need little consistent action, and we're more capable of that than we could ever imagine. And I'll get personal for a second. A goal of mine, I want to be one of the most impactful thinkers and orators of our generation. That invigorates me. It also is a lot, right? Even saying it feels like a lot. As the words come out of my mouth, it feels pretentious, right? Who am I to categorize myself with the best of the best? The nerve, right? But I believe it. And I believe it wholeheartedly to the point that I've bet my life on it. Why? Because I don't need to wake up tomorrow and write like Ralph Waldo Emerson or speak like MLK. I don't need to think like Nietzsche or inspire like Churchill. Nope, not tomorrow. I just need to keep creating those little dots that will bring me closer and closer. I need to find ways to connect them in real time, one day at a time, one dot at a time, and I will do that. And the best part, so can you. I'm not special, no, not in this regard. What am I? I'm a decade into connecting dots. A decade into understanding that I have everything I need to take one step and another and another. And my friend, you are capable of the same. So understand that strange dichotomy of thinking big and small simultaneously. You have to dream big, otherwise what's the point? You dream big because it forces you to ask big questions, pushes you to arrange and rearrange until you have evolved. But when we get caught up in the end result, we forget how to get there. You don't transport to greatness in your endeavor. No, you follow that roadmap of consistent steps. You connect the small, immediately achievable. They are the formula to outcomes that exceed expectations and bend reality. So what do you need to ultimately arrive where you most want to be? Not a miracle. You need a simple understanding. You need to acknowledge that right now, in this moment, you have everything required to build and connect the next dot, and that will always be enough.